You gotta, you legit cannot give a fuck. Like, I feel like by definition, politicians have to be dishonest though. Like you can't like pander to whoever constituency you know, pander to, whatever, and be 100% honest to everybody. It's impossible.
It's impossible, yeah. You gotta talk. You gotta.
That's why I wouldn't make a good politician. I feel like good people don't care about being liked.
Yeah.
Nice people care about being liked.
Yeah.
You know, like, so, but you don't necessarily have to be a good person to be a nice person. Like, you got some people out there who just tell people, they're really good at telling everyone around them what they want to hear.
Yep.
Right. But they be the first motherfucker to stab you in the back. Right.
Totally.
But then you have people who are like inherently good people who will tell you right exactly, like, to your face, like, that was a dick move, or you should have done this, or you should have done that. And you like, man, they're not a nice person, but they'll give you the shot off the back if you need it, right? And that's a good person. I'd much rather have a good person in my circle than a nice person.
For sure. We just started watching the new season of Yellowstone, and that's like Jamie, just the worst person. Worst person. And we're only at like in the second episode or third episode, and like, spoiler alert. Got his own dad killed.
Oh, so you're on the newest season of Yellowstone, the last season,
because you saw that already, right?
We already saw that. But yeah, like, perfect example. He'll be a great politician. Jamie. He's really good at like telling the people who he needs to keep him in power, giving them what they need. You know, and then fuck everybody else. That whole show kind of throws me off because it's a contradiction of itself. Like, you want Montana to be, well, I guess it's not, because John Dutton wants to keep Montana, no tourists, no large, you know, infrastructure, no big buildings, no this, no that. But at the same time, it's like, how do you grow if you have that? But he don't give a fuck about growing.
No.
You know, so.
No.
But everyone else in that show does. He's murked so many people in that show. So many, he's either directly or been associated with so many deaths in this show. It's like, how does no one know this? The guy, like, John Dutton is the common denominator. It's like, even if you can't prove it, it's like, well, he's definitely killing these people.
We haven't watched any of the like the offshoot shows, like 1883 and like
1923.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
So it's like, I heard that they're really, really good, but is it this? Did you watch those at all? Were they the same idea, where people just getting offed left and right?
Yeah, for the most part. Well, 1883 was about how the Duttons ended up getting to Montana. They had to travel from, I think they came from Texas, and traveled by train, and then train let them off at a certain spot, and then they had to, you know, travel across the Midwest in order to even get to Montana. And I honestly, if I remember correctly, Montana wasn't supposed to be the final stop. I think that was like a stop on the way to where they were supposed to be going. But they
just got tired.
But they were traveling across the plains of the Midwest in the 1880s. I mean, you know, between the animals and the Native Americans and the, you know, whatever.
There was like a comedian that talked about, he's like, back when settlers were moving out west, he's like, you're going to start as one family, and then it's like 3 generations later, you have a whole new family just trying to get out to the west. And like, it's true.
Yeah, it is 100% true. Did you watch American Primeval?
No.
That was good.
Oh, really?
That was good. That was based around the same time. Peter Berg directed it. It's about basically the military, the Mormons, and like the settlers and the Native Americans trying to fight for power in this small portion of, I don't think it was Montana, like Wyoming, in that area. And the Brigham Young is like savage, and it's crazy.
Really?
It's really good, you gotta watch it. It's a limited series. I think it's only 6 to 8 episodes. You can watch it in a day.
Now that you're saying it, somebody did tell us about it, and Brigham Young. Is that like the Brigham Young BYU University?
Yeah.
So it's about. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, he was like hard. I mean, he was obviously Mormon, and but he was trying to absorb so much land and property in this time, and he would basically do whatever he had to do based on Peter Bird's rendition of
that's cool
happenings.
That's cool.
So
hey, so let me ask you something. He's already knows something's coming up. Okay, Blue Origin.
Blue Origin. What is that? What is Blue Origin?
It's Jeff Bezos shot 5 women up into space. And
yeah, he did.
So it's
Blue Origin. Okay, that's what it's called. I thought somebody. I thought it was Blue Sky. Somebody saying Blue Sky. Something.
Yeah, it's
Blue Origin. Okay, gotcha. All right.
Blue Sky, I think, is the social platform. But like Katy Perry is getting like a lot of like flack, and what's her name? Is it Joy? Not Joy Reid.
Oh, not Gail King. Gail.
Yeah. So she's getting like she's like calling herself an astronaut.
She is an astronaut.
Is she?
Did she go in outer space?
Yeah, but she didn't do anything. I feel like there's a little prerequisite to call yourself an astronaut. Like you like. Katy Perry's an astronaut? I don't know.
Katy Perry was an astronaut way before this.
All right.
Let's be real about that one.
They're out in space for sure.
No, they're not fucking astronauts.
No, right? They're tourists. Like you took a ride. I mean, good for you, but come on.
Is she calling herself an astronaut?
Yes.
Really?
She was like comparing herself to like, I don't remember the guy's name, the astronaut. She's like, well, we followed in the same trip that he took. And I was like, yeah, but he was the first guy to go up in space and like whatever, like, I don't know. I feel like you have to have like there was an astrophysicist, and then there was another girl that was in there. So there were 2 females that were legit astronauts. The other 3 or 4, not so much.
God, that is a perfect example of participation trophy culture.
Yeah,
it's like you do the smallest thing, and you're supposed to get a parade. Yeah, it's like. We're astronauts. Come on. So are you being serious right now?
You're like, no, you're not.
All you got to do is just be there.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
And now it's so crazy. But that's the world we live in, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm straight up like John Wick because I watched the John Wick movie. So I have the same skill sets. I'm like, I don't know. That's just crazy.
Oh, man. Speaking of John Wick, they are doing animated. They're releasing an animated prequel. John Wick prequel.
I did not hear about that.
Yeah, it's supposed to be really. I love everything that comes out. I even dug the Continental. Okay. I didn't mind that show either. It wasn't as good, obviously, but everything from that universe is money, man. You got the ballerinas coming out.
Yep.
Can't wait till we get that.
That looks so good.
And they're gonna do a 5th John Wick movie. Evidently. So
where he finally dies or something.
Well, he was supposed to finally die in the 4th one, but I guess. John Wick never dies.
Nope.
Isn't it funny? Like, you might have it like Fast and Furious. Like you got they say it's 10 movies, but it's really 11 movies because the last one was cut up into halves. So you got the 11th movie that we're about to see from the Fast and Furious franchise. But I feel like every movie, Dominic Toretto becomes more of a superhero, doesn't he?
He does. Now I gotta be honest with you. I stopped after 3.
Oh, man.
And you're still like a diehard fan.
I love it. I love it. Like it's so like you got to appreciate the level of bullshit that it goes into to make a movie like that is so unbelievable but still so entertaining.
Yeah.
It's like, come on. Like seriously. This cat, I think in the last one, no. It was the one where John Cena plays his brother and his so it was 9, Fast and Furious 9. Where John Cena plays, he's the bad guy, the antagonist.
Yeah.
And there's a part where he's driving this giant truck, right? And he's driving down this hill at the very end, and this truck now is on its back and is sliding down this hill. So in order to get the truck to turn back over, he takes a grenade and throws it out of the truck window. The truck hits the grenade and blows up and lands back over, rolls down a hill and then lands on his wheels and he takes off and he's driving it.
Oh man,
yeah, it's the dopest shit you ever seen in your life.
Everybody in the theater is like, damn, yeah, that's awesome. Oh my God.
It's like, oh God, I'm like, come on. But that was awesome.
The stunt or the writer's just like, I got an idea. Like, I always wonder what it's like in that room when the guys are writing the script. They're like, what is the most ridiculous thing, but we're gonna make it so cool. Like, I don't know.
The writers, you got a bunch of fucking chimps in the writing room, just like, all right.
So, do you think with AI that writers now are going to start to become obsolete?
Yeah,
because you could just write in ChatGPT and be like, just write me a script. And here's my idea. Do it.
100%. Yeah. If it hasn't started to happen already,
I'm sure it has.
It's impossible to imagine even writers right now not using some sort of AI platform to help write right now. So it's only a matter of time.
Yeah. And I'm just a chump. And I went on like AI and I was just like, just for kicks and giggles, I was like, write me and you can't put in like Star Wars because it'll be like, I can't do that. So it's still like copyrighted stuff. It still protects it. So I was like, write me a space saga about 2 characters. And it did. And then I went to another AI platform. I was like, make images of this storyboard. And it did. And I said, okay. I went to another AI platform. And these are all like just free for like the first whatever credits that you can get. And I was like, make me a video of this storyboard. And it did. And it was awesome. And it was like, I mean, you could tell it was AI. It was flawed, but it was like, damn, like anybody can do it now.
But also, could you tell it was AI because you're the one that did it? If some random person had read it and saw it,
maybe not.
They might not even know that it was AI.
No, yeah. There's some goofy stuff that AI does that like a body will move and then all of a sudden the torso like flips around backwards and it's just like, you're like, whoa, that was just like major mistake. But for the most part, like it was pretty cool.
Yeah. So have you seen the AI obituary?
No.
Can you pull it up real quick? So if you go to Google and you Google AI obituary and you go to images after that, one of the first ones that come up is a young lady who, and this picture, everything is AI. The picture is AI of the woman, and obviously all of the verbiage in the obituary is all AI generated. Jeez, and then you have to read it out loud. It is the funniest shit you've ever read, dude. Man, so my friend put me on to it and she was like, listen, you just have to, it's funny as hell. You have to watch this or you have to look at this. Go to
so
Google.
Free AI.
No, yeah, just Google AI obituary.
Okay, I got it.
And then just go to the images of that.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's a bunch of them, right? And one of the first ones is like, and her face looks really like weird around the nose and mouth area.
Yeah. Okay. Give me 1 second.
And then when it gets up, I just want you to read it out loud.
All right. Okay. So Brenda Tent retired from living at the age of old, surrounded by family and natural causes. A librarian from birth, Brenda was an avid collector of dust. She had a sweetheart and married her high school. She loved having hobbies and helping her sons to be disadvantaged. Disadvantaged youths. She had no horses, but thought she did. The church gave her a choir because she sang like bird, looked like bird, and Brenda was a bird. She owed us so many poems. The funeral will be held in 1977 at Heaven. In lieu of flowers, send Brenda more life. Oh my God. I got to put this up on the screen.
Oh. It is the funniest thing ever. And while it's very like, I don't know, plain, guys is so funny. I was like, Brenda was a bird. Yes, she was. She looks like a bird too. Look at the picture.
Oh my God. Okay. Here it comes. All right.
I see you.
Okay. What?
Look at the picture.
Oh my God.
Come on.
So crazy. So crazy. She's got freaking like 4 eyes.
Look, I didn't even notice the eyes before.
She's got 4 eyes. Her nose is completely like just a point.
So this is AI generated, right? There's no like so how does AI get what? Like, so this is Brenda. This is what AI expects a Brenda to look like, or wants, I guess, a Brenda to look like.
I bet is nuts. So whoever prompted this, because if you put in the prompts, you want like, I'll write an obituary about a fictional female that she's Caucasian, dark hair, and I want it to be about a bird. And so it'll just randomly generate whatever it just generated. So whoever prompted it, I don't know, because AI is smarter than this. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe this is early AI. Let's see. Where's another one here?
It's like she was a librarian from birth. Damn, she's smart as fuck.
Oh my God. Oh, but that's the weird stuff about AI. Like it kind of gets it all twisted up. Like if you wanted to. Oh, forget that one. Okay. Anyway.
Well, I mean, it's like this is the world that we're getting prepared for.
Yeah.
I mean, as AI gets more sophisticated, it's just the lines between what's real and what's not are going to be heavily blurred.
For sure.
Heavily blurred. So
for sure.
I'm just
yeah. Like Instagram, like somebody posted. Well, there's a bunch of like fake stuff happening. Like TikTokers, like fitness TikTokers. I just came across a guy, his business is selling fake weights, and he'll ship out a fake 50-pound or 80-pound weight that's 15 pounds. And the TikTokers will be like doing reps and they're like, look, like, and the dude is just like, who's in this warehouse is like, man, everything is fake. Everything is like, and it kind of is, man. Like, it's like social media is like straight up like bragging about like stuff that you don't have. I guess.
I did see that. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, like how much money they're saving on shipping though. Shipping by the pound. Dude. I mean,
God, that's hilarious.
Most of these guys out here, they don't lift as much as they say they do anyway.
No.
They be like, this is legitimate 50-pound dumbbell.
Have you seen, I will say, there's one YouTuber, he's a Ukrainian guy and he works in a gym and he's dressed in like a blue overalls and he's like mopping.
Oh yeah.
And have you seen that guy? Yeah. He's got a weight and then these dudes are just like, what? So I feel like that might be legit. I don't know.
Yo, no, that dude, but that guy is like actually like a CrossFitter. And he's not as old as, because he has like the whole thing on.
Right.
He's like a young dude that's just trolling. He's like I think he's a CrossFitter or something like that. He made those videos. I think those videos pretty old now.
Power lifter. Yeah, it's old. I think he's still putting out content. But yeah, it's pretty funny.
Shit's crazy.
It's so crazy. Star Wars world. Can we jump into Star Wars for a second?
Jump into Star Wars.
Okay, so Star Wars has coming out next month a new show called Star Wars: The Stories of the Underworld. Super excited about that. Okay. But there's also rumor that The Acolyte is coming back out. Now, I don't know if it's factual because again, it was on like social media and I don't know if it's true. So I try to do some research. So if anybody do us a favor, like write in the comments if you found an article and it is factual, hook us up with that because I'm so curious. I did some digging and I don't feel like it's real, but I don't know. It could be.
Kathleen Kennedy's gone, right?
No.
I thought she was resigned or...
Oh, I feel like she's trolling everybody. The last I heard, she was stepping down from I think she's stepping down from something, but not from everything. So, let's see, Kathleen Kennedy News. But man, she's 71. Jeez. She's still.
Jeez.
I thought she was not.
So Ross don't hate old. He don't like old people. He an oldophobe.
Not true at all.
Like damn,
she just doesn't look 71. Like I don't know what
she doesn't look 71 though.
She looks.
Yeah, she looks pretty.
She looks good.
Yeah, she's pretty. She doesn't look 71 years old. So she's doing something right.
That is. Don't get me in trouble, dude.
That's that old Disney witchcraft they got going on over there.
Yeah. Agatha All-Around is like the witchcraft is in surgery. Jeez. But yeah, so I don't know about that. But so the Acolyte. And what it might be is, and correct me if I'm wrong, if anybody knows about this. I think they're coming out with not animated, but a like a comic, like a book or something like that. Okay. Yeah. So I think that's what it might be. But it's like when you get these headlines and people are just like, I saw the headline, I was like, what? Mm-hmm. And it's all clickbait. And so kind of like the whole fakeness of AI is just like, just to get clicks and views, and which we'll probably do ourselves.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I think as much I in agreement with you that The Acolyte wasn't the best show, but I didn't hate it as much as most people did. I didn't.
Well, okay. So let me ask you this: what did you like about it? I
liked a lot of the fight choreography that we talked about.
Yes, we did talk
about a lot of the fight choreography. I did love. I love the is it OSHA? Like the actress being able to play both girls and her acting job with that
was not great.
I mean, what are you gonna expect out of this young lady? Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I didn't hate it. Okay. I liked it more than Andor.
But they also they interviewed, is that the right word? A bunch of twins. Like there were twins that they could have cast. So it's like a Snow White. Like you could have hired little people to play the role, but you decided to do for a live action CGI. Yeah. It doesn't make sense. So
yeah.
But anyway,
I think there's a lot of reasons for that. There's a lot of reasons for that.
What was one of them?
Well, I feel like that CG dwarves are way easier to deal with than real people because people have personalities, right?
Okay.
And so if you want more continuity and you want an easier project to manage, then you're going to do CG. And plus also,
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
So they're actors and their job is to act and play those roles. Right. So, but I think if little people they want work too, and I think and I heard somebody pitching a story about it and being like, you have this in the world of DEI. If that was a really thing that they're trying to do, I mean, little people.
Yeah,
that's true. They deserve jobs too, don't they?
100. I agree. So why don't you think that they did? Why do you think they didn't cast actual people in comparison to just doing CG throw-ins?
Money.
Well, CG is expensive,
isn't it?
Yeah,
I don't know because I didn't see the movie, so I don't know if the CGI is even any good.
Yeah, I didn't see it either.
And so I don't know. Maybe the cost of 7 actors and their salaries are greater than a CGI than one guy. I don't know. I would love to be able to. If anybody knows, let us know.
I mean, wouldn't it be half the salary though?
Oh my God, dude.
That was a layup. That was a layup, though. I could not avoid that. Come on.
That was good. That was like a Matt Rife joke, man. That was good.
I'm sorry.
Matt Rife.
No offense.
You know Matt Rife? Is it Matt Rife?
Yeah, Matt Rife.
There was, Wendy showed me this morning, there was a couple in the audience and she was like, oh, how are you guys doing? Do you have any kids? And she's like, oh no, I had a hysterectomy. And he was like, oh, nice trans, awesome. It's like hysterectomy. Okay, all right, that's cool. And her husband didn't have an arm. He had a nub. He was like, oh man,
see where this is going.
Oh dude, I'm not even gonna like, y'all have to just like look and find it, because he delivered it with such brilliance. It was really good, and the couple was great.
They were good. Oh yeah, because I mean, Con, you can't go to a show like that and be sensitive. You know,
I'm front row, and they were in the front row too.
Yeah,
it was just
you gotta
like,
know.
Yeah.
What happened to that dude? He was like on fire for like 6 months to a year.
Yeah,
and I haven't heard anything from him in the last like year or so.
I think his Netflix special probably ruined him, because it was terrible.
Was it not good?
Oh man, dude, we
I didn't hear.
watched 5 minutes of it and we're like, this sucks.
Really?
It was not funny. It was almost like the Joe Rogan stand up. I enjoy listening to Joe Rogan in his podcast, and I loved him in Radio City. I think it was Radio City who was in.
Oh, the Sheet Show? Back in the day?
Yeah. It was with oh man, the guy that
News Radio.
And he was awesome in that, and like Fear Factor, he was great. But the stand up, and I know he's got good stand up, but the Netflix special, I was like, I don't know, maybe it's the material, but he's super funny. But anyway, Matt Rife, super funny, and like Instagram in the small clubs, but you put him in that arena, and I just feel like he wasn't able to, not like Joe Coy. Like Joe Coy, he just knows how to work a huge audience. So I wonder if Joe Coy would be as equally funny in a smaller club. I don't know, but or like Eddie Murphy. I wonder if like Eddie Murphy came back, would he be crushing it?
So there was a rumor that Eddie was coming back, that he was doing small rooms and putting together material for like an hour or a half hour or whatever. And he was at the Comedy Store and dropping in, almost like Chappelle was doing a couple years ago. He would just show up and do a set at like 12 o'clock at some random club and just do an hour. You know? And I heard he was doing that, but I haven't heard what the product of that was. I haven't heard anything about Netflix putting out an Eddie Murphy special. So.
All right, to our subscribers, I was looking at our demographics, and our subscriber base is between the ages of 18 and 35. Okay. So that's a younger generation. For you guys that have ever saw Eddie Murphy, do you remember him as Donkey? Because I was talking to someone, they're like, oh, Eddie Murphy. They're like, who's he? And I'm like, oh my God, who's Eddie Murphy? And I was like, yeah, they're like, oh, Donkey. I'm like, no.
Yeah, they've never seen Raw or Delirious or even like the older, I think like the new, because they did a Beverly Hills Cop reboot here on Netflix like last year.
Awesome.
But as far as like old school Eddie Murphy stuff,
I played it for our younger staff and they didn't laugh. I was like, how do you not find this funny?
Which one did you play?
It was in his red. I think it was
Raw.
Raw.
Red was Raw.
Yeah, and I played the beginning when he was talking about when he was a kid and he's like just pooping, like all I ever knew was how to take a poop, and he's like, I was just talking about shit. And then I played the ice cream part, and I thought
the ice cream part's hilarious.
And the burger, he's like, I got McDonald's, and they weren't laughing. I was like, wow,
these young whippersnappers, they don't know comedy. Yeah, those things are hilarious, man.
So I put it out there. So to our subscriber base, watch Raw, do some homework. We're going to ask you to go watch something, and then let us know in the comments what you thought of it. So anyway, and while you're at it, if you love this content, help us out by clicking like and subscribe, and share these videos with your friends to help us grow our channel. We love doing this.
Dude, I feel like you just turned on the radio voice, like just like, hey, and if you like it, I wish I could do that.
Yeah, well,
Hey, well, you're an MC.
Yeah, I am an MC,
professional MC, so you can turn it on.
And as a side hustle, I was gonna actually took some voice classes. So there's like one of the so you like anime, right? And like there's like those anime voice actors are freaking awesome. And so I started following this guy that does the voice for, oh man, I just forgot his name. He was the voice actor for the character in the Rebels, Star Wars. His name is Steve. Geez, where is it here? He plays Steve Bloom. He's the voice actor for the character Zeb, Zeb is this guy. What happened? Where? We just lost
something.
There we go. We just lost it again. Why did we lose that? All right. Let's try that again. Nope. It's still gone. Okay. Well, anyway, Zeb. Zeb is the alien guy in Rebels, and his voice acting was awesome.
Okay.
So to help my MC career, I was like, I'll take some voice classes. And so they were talking about articulating and announcing certain words. And it's really fascinating. And how do you try to come up with, if Zeb was like this voice, but he has a little bit of like a British accent. So it's pretty cool. It's just fascinating what these guys can do. So.
Is that something you're doing online, or is there?
Yeah, it's online. It's an online course. Yeah. And it's super cool. It's fun. And but I have been told that like I have the range and the, it's not annoying, so my voice isn't like it doesn't cut through the microphone. But
you got a great, like, I can definitely see you on like a radio show, like morning talk or radio show. You definitely got a voice for radio.
I got a face for.
I got a face for radio. Man,
Man,
if you had to pick your number one Eddie Murphy film, what would it be?
Number one Eddie Murphy film. That is a great question. It's really hard to say.
I know he has so much.
So much.
The catalog is massive.
So much. It depends on like from when he. Oh man, I'd probably say Beverly Hills Cop is going to be my go-to. Just again, it's just now they put me on the spot. I can't remember. But I like when he does. Coming to America is great.
Coming to America is
but I watched the second one and I didn't love it.
Yeah, a lot of people feel that way. I think when you do something so long after the first one, there's a good chance you're going to fuck it up.
I will say I probably, and I'll ask you the same question in a second, but I was like, the one that he did with Dan Aykroyd,
Trading Places.
That's
my my favorite.
All right.
Yeah. I think for me it's a toss up between Trading Places and Coming to America.
Yeah.
My two favorites. Yeah. I think Coming to America may edge it just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just because Arsenio Hall was so funny.
Yeah.
But man, Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy together in Trading Places was phenomenal.
Yeah. Totally. What'd you think of his singing career?
And what singing career? Dude, that was bad. Didn't he do a song with Rick James?
Yeah.
My girl wants to party all the
time. Yeah,
he did. That was with Rick James, right? He sung the hook.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
He's a pretty talented dude, though. But I was like, there was that era. I feel like those guys from the '80s, and they were like Bruce Willis tried to do his singing thing, which I thought was good.
Well, you know what happens with a lot of those guys? They actually are musicians. And they want to break in, and they end up acting first because they end up getting a role or something like that, and end up blowing up and acting, and always go back to being a musician because that was their first love.
Yeah,
what's
his name? He
Jeremy Renner. Jeremy Renner has a band, right?
Really?
Yeah. He has actually a pretty popular band.
I did not know that one.
Of course, you got the Jared Leto's, Chris Jericho, a professional wrestler. He has a band. Johnny Depp.
Yep.
So there's so many of them.
Oh man.
Oh, Jeff Goldblum he's a musician too.
Jeez.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Jeremy Renner, like I didn't know about that one.
He was sung the song in like a Dodge commercial as well.
Geez, wow,
like a Dodge truck commercial during the Super Bowl too. I mean, it was As far as actors turned singers are concerned, he's actually probably one of the most popular ones.
Oh my God, why am I losing my brain about Living Color? God, he was in Living Color. Jeez, he's an amazing singer.
In Living Color,
not Damon Wayans. Marlon Wayans. Oh man.
Tommy Davidson.
No.
David Allen Greer.
No.
White guy or black guy?
Black guy. There's only one white guy.
Yeah, there is one white guy. So Jim Carrey.
God, Jamie Foxx.
Oh, Jesus. God, how'd you forget?
I don't know.
Fox? Yeah, he came later though. But yeah, he's probably one as far as just musicians, he's the most successful musician.
And he's that one song that he had that was on Rio, the Disney movie. So good. But yeah, that was his, like when you were saying that, I thought that's what you were going to say, because his whole gig, he would always, when people come to Living Color, he'd always give them a tape. He's like, listen to my music. And they're like, oh no, you're just a funny guy. And he was like, no, it's like he wanted to be a singer. That was his thing. And then he got into comedy and acting, and singing was the last thing to come around.
Yeah.
Because his stand-up, did you see his stand-up? It was good. He did some singing on that.
Oh, this newest one?
Oh, it was so good.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
After Diddy tried to take him out.
Is that what happened? Yeah. Did you see Terrence Howard?
Yes.
Interview saying how Diddy tried to... I was like, what?
What do you think about it? Is Terrence like... I feel like Terrence is guilty of something.
I feel like... I don't know. This is just me, but I feel like Terrence Howard is one of those people who wouldn't lie in that situation.
Yeah.
And if he put it out there, it's probably the truth, right?
Okay.
And now I'm with the whole Diddy thing. I am kind of right on the fence. I'm a huge conspiracy theorist, so I feel like, man, they're trying to set Diddy up. But also, I also believe where there's smoke, there's fire. So even if he didn't do all the shit that he's being accused of, he did something somewhere down the road, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like Terrence Howard, he has nothing to lose or gain in this whole...
Yeah,
he's already acting. He's popular. He's
a highly paid actor too.
Yeah,
right? He's like done well. And he got why did he get cut from Avengers though? Like,
he got asked for too much money.
Oh,
he has this quote. I think he made something like I want to say like 10 or 13 million to play in the first one, but then after the first one, it blew up. Robert Downey Jr. got 80 million for the second one, and he wanted the same. And they're like,
"You ain't Robert Downey Jr."
Yeah, we got Don Cheadle on the second line. Let's go ahead and bring him in. And they make this huge joke about it, you know, on the beginning or when they go into the room where they're having like the Senate or the Congress.
I remember that something.
And he opens his door. He is like, "Hey, what are you doing here?" He's like, "It's me. Deal with it. Let's move on." And they just it's just really like that's when the MCU could do nothing wrong.
Yeah,
it's like that's the perfect way to transition from that character because everybody already knew that Terrence Howard wasn't coming back.
Yeah.
And no one knew the fine details at the time about why he wasn't coming back. And they didn't address it at all. They just said, "I'm here now, and this is it. Let's move on." So they addressed the fact that he wasn't there and then left it alone completely. And no one's ever heard anything else about it. The only time we hear about it is when Terrence Howard talks about it.
Yeah.
So
Terrence Howard, he's also like a genius.
He's like super smart.
Super smart.
Yeah. He like knows how to like break down elements and shit.
Yeah.
Did you hear him on Joe Rogan?
That's where I didn't listen to the whole thing. I'd want to though, but
he's like
he's got patents, right?
Yeah, he's like one of the smartest people in the universe.
Like a chemical stuff or chemist. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely listen to that one.
He's super smart.
I gotta say, we were in Miami last weekend, and dude, we were at Biscayne Bay, and we were sitting in this awesome cafe just outside, and like Lamborghinis just driving by just like it was nothing. I was just like and when I went to the Lamborghini website, I was like trying to figure out what brands or what models these were, and I thought it was the one that was $600,000. I was like, oh my god. Wendy was like, how much do you think that is? I was like, I think that's a $600,000 car. And we look at it, and how quickly I was just like, that's just the Huracan, which is like 300,000. I was like, how did I just say like
that bullshit? A little bullshit. Only 300 grand.
God,
fucking loser.
But it was like Lambos, Porsches, Ferraris, like the stereotypical thing of like what you perceive of being in Miami, dude. It was like, and everyone's fit, and like all the girls are just like either fit or like surgically altered,
surgically enhanced.
And the funny thing is, like, they all have dogs. They're all walking around with their dogs. And the funny is that no matter how rich or how beautiful they are, they're still picking up the dog's poop. And the dog's like all happy. They're like, yeah, pick up my poop. You know, like, it was so funny. I was like, where am I? Miami.
Dude, Miami is a different world, man.
For sure.
Yeah, we went down there for spring break one year, and it's a totally different world. Same thing, like even South Beach is like Miami or Lamborghini, Porsche, Ferrari, Porsche. Yeah, so it's I mean, it's everybody that moves down there, they move down there from another place because they've been able to secure a certain amount of wealth, right?
Yeah.
They got money. They want to be somewhere where the weather's always nice.
Yeah.
You know, there's pretty girls around.
Yeah.
Most of these dirty old motherfuckers, they want to be down there where there's some pretty girls are, and pretty girls want to be somewhere where there's people capable of taking care of them, right?
Yeah. So it was funny because me and my buddy Todd were talking about it. Like, what is the industry of Miami? Like, how do they make their money? We're like, they're not building anything, making anything. They're not like, there's no steel down like on Lynn Haven or like, how are they making money? And it's like, are they drugs? Drugs.
Import, export.
Like, it was because they're all young. Like every guy that was getting out of that, or like, two girls got out of this Lamborghini, like the doors open up and just like, they look like they're 25 years old. I was like, what? It was just $300,000. Like,
he had a cheap Lamborghini.
God.
So what do you think? All right. So what do you think is a understandable age gap from a man, like a woman to date an older male? Like, what is just absurd? There's no way it should happen.
20 years.
20 years. So 23 and 43.
Maybe at that particular time, but 43 and 63 is a significant difference.
Yeah, but I can easily, I can. Yeah, if I met a couple and one was 63 and one was 43, I probably wouldn't bat an eye.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if I met somebody who was 43 and 23, it'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Because that's like a whole different, 23 and 43, that's completely different. Because you were 23 and she was not even born. Like,
right? Isn't that weird?
Yeah,
dude?
you're 33 and she's 13.
I easily saw a guy that was 70 with a 20-something-year-old girl down in Miami.
That is crazy.
Yeah, like I'm like easily 70. I would probably venture to say he was closer to like 75, 76 years, between 75 and 80 years old. And this girl was, she was straight teenager, dude.
Yeah.
She couldn't have been any more than 25.
Yeah.
And living his best life.
Man,
drop top.
seriously.
Was it a Porsche? No, it was a Ferrari. Drop top Ferrari, 360, red, just living the life.
Do you think she has aspirations of being something better?
She has no aspirations whatsoever. I'm just joking.
It's like, I'm just getting taken care of and that's my life.
Yeah, but is that bad though?
No, it's not bad.
If you
makes her happy.
If you get to a point in your life where you say, all right, I want to go to, medical school, law school, 23 years old, 22, whatever. And I meet this nice old man.
Yeah. Take care of you.
Take care of you. Man, write you up in the will. Yeah. Make sure you're good.
Yep.
It's different if you're just dating. You're just like a side piece for an old dude.
Sure.
But if you have a significant who's to say, like, if the age difference is cool with you, then like, who cares what anyone else says, right?
Yeah.
But you're 70, you're 25, you're not married yet, but he was like, all right, here, I'm gonna write this out. If I die or if I break up with you, you're gonna get boom.
Yeah.
And you're taking care of it. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. Hey, more power to her.
Yeah. It's like, more power to her. Why can't dudes get it like that? You never seen, how often do you see a 25-year-old dude with a 60-year-old chick?
Yeah. Nah.
Because we're too focused on like visual shit.
Mm-hmm. Well, there was a movie with Keanu Reeves. It was with Keanu Reeves and golly, my brain. Anyway, but he's like a doctor and he's dating an older woman, as good as it gets.
Oh,
as good as it gets with I can't remember the actors. But anyway, So you only find it in the movies. That was my point. But the reason I brought up the Miami thing, as I was flying back, I watched a movie, Deadpool and Wolverine, and I didn't enjoy it as much now because of, I don't know how you feel about it, but with Ryan Reynolds and his wife and the whole thing, like he's kind of like, his character in Deadpool, I think, is who really Ryan Reynolds is. Like, I don't know if he's a good dude. And I thought he was a good dude, but I don't think he's a good dude.
I don't know, man. I think we've all been, and every guy out here, I don't care what you say, we've all been victims of a pretty girl.
Sure.
Right?
Yep.
We can say that.
Yeah.
And we've all been manipulated by pretty girls.
Sure.
Right? And even though they're married and they're partners, I can definitely see Blake Lively going off and making these decisions. And Ryan Reynolds is just, seeing the fallout of those decisions. And when it all went down, now he had to go ahead and ride for his wife because the damage is already done. And just like guilty by association, right? But I don't know, man. I feel like Ryan Reynolds was probably a pretty good dude.
Yeah, okay.
Ask Alanis Morissette. Let's see what she got to say.
Yeah.
I mean, did she say he was a bad dude? No one he's ever dated. Wasn't he married to Scarlett Johansson, Alanis Morissette, of course, Blake Lively now?
Yeah.
I feel like if he was a dirtbag, it would have been some smoke somewhere.
Yeah.
No one's ever said anything bad about Ryan Reynolds.
Well, that's the other good question is like how many relationships has he had and how obviously none of them worked out. So
yeah, but that's Hollywood.
Somebody's right. Yeah,
that's Hollywood shit.
Yeah. I don't know. It was
how
just
many marriages work out in Hollywood?
Yeah, not many. But that was the thing. I was just like, oh man, like I felt bad because I was just like Hugh Jackman. I was like, oh great, because there's no drama. He's just good actor. So. I don't know. Would you? But
he broke up with his wife. He's dating that. Is it Sutton Fuller?
Oh, I don't know.
She's from that show, Younger.
Okay. Well, I guess my point is like it's not going to court. It's not like like this is like Johnny Depp, Amber Heard stuff now. It's like when Blake and of course Blake Lively and Amber Heard are friends. I think.
Are they friends? Yeah. How can you be friends with somebody that shit on somebody's bed? You can't feel good about saying I'm going over to hang brunch with my homegirl. You can't feel good about that. No, she shit on somebody's bed. I don't care how much you like her. She's so funny. Oh, by the way, she shit on Johnny Depp's pillow. God, hey, it happens. It happens all the time.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, she's so silly. Right? You can't downplay that.
And then she was like, it was the dog. I was like,
it was the dog. Oh man, she has no friends. And any friends that she does have, fuck you. Seriously. It's like you should have talked to your homegirl before all of that went down. It's like, bitch, you crazy. You need to bring it down a notch. You are wilding out. You need some help. That's a good friend. All these friends like that be riding for their girls, no matter what they do or what they say, you're a shitty friend.
Oh yeah.
For real. And guys too, I'm not just, isolating it to women. Like guys who just co-sign anything their homeboys do.
Oh yeah.
Dude, you're a terrible friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. Well.
Oh, funny and true.
Oh man. God. So checked out the finale of Daredevil. Saw it last night. It was good. I'm on the fence.
Okay.
And the reason I'm on the fence about it, so spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen the season finale of Daredevil, Born Again. This was supposed to be a first season that was 22 episodes. They ended up breaking it down to 9 episodes.
Okay.
Right? So this essentially, what was the season finale, was some version of halfway through the first season, right? And so people have to take that into account when they see the finale, right? Obviously, you had some changes. You had to jazz it up a little bit. But the way it ended, Kingpin is definitely on top right now, which is cool because we're getting a second season.
Yeah.
It's okay. But as far as action and what people remember from the Netflix show, It was phenomenal.
Oh,
it was so good, man. I'm telling you, man. John Berthenthal. Why am I forgetting his name?
Berthenthal
Frank Castle, the Punisher.
Yep.
That's a bad boy right there, yo. I'm telling you, like his Punisher that's the best Punisher ever.
Yeah.
And he embodies what the Punisher, even though from a comic standpoint, he's not like obviously, he doesn't look like the Punisher. He doesn't, but it's a comic book, so whatever. Yeah. But as far as like what he is able to communicate across the screen through the character, dude, is like you can ask for nobody better than that. Like we talk about castings in the MCU, and we have some castings that are just, you're never going to do better. You'll never have a better Iron Man than Robert Downey Jr. You're questionably never have a better Spider-Man than Andrew Garfield. But not just
Andrew Garfield. I was so immediately like, I knew what you're going to say. You're going to say
and then Tom Holland, right?
Tom Holland, God.
But and then John Berthal as Frank Castle. I'm telling you, man, that those castings are amazing, and he does a great job. He actually makes the finale.
Yeah,
the way they and because they're doing this whole hero trying to find his place with Daredevil, and he's going through the battles, and he's getting beat up by the battles, and he takes a lot of damage. You really forget how good he is. Mm-hmm. But in this final episode, some of the baton work that he does in this is crazy, and the way that they do it together is very cool, man. It's a great finale.
That's cool. I can't wait to see it. Like it sounds good. So good. Everyone is saying it's good. Everyone.
It's really good. Yeah. Man, I can't wait till the second season. And now, but we know it is already shot.
Yeah.
So that's how long is it going to take for us to get it is the question.
Yeah.
And it's up to, like, we know we don't have to wait for a bunch of post-production, a bunch of shooting things and sorts. So, like, it's going to be up to Disney and the MCU and MCU Marvel Studios to tell us when we're going to get, or to give it to us, right?
Yeah.
So they can be real dickheads about it and make us wait another year and a half, or we can be getting it in fall of 2025. Which is what I would want to happen. So I know it's really close, but
get a load of this. So when I was in Miami, Arthur Murray Dance Studios has just been purchased by a new company. So there's a new CEO, and it's been purchased by a capital investment group, which people have mixed feelings about it. I got to spend some time with one of the guys on the board, and he happens to be they changed from he mentioned the word, what is it? Nelson Peltz is, he's a, there's a certain term, a certain investment company. They're anyway, long story short, he worked for Nelson Peltz. And I was just like, oh, Nelson Peltz, the guy that was bidding to take over Disney. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, so what's going on with Disney? And he's like, well, I don't really know too much about it. He's like, but I will tell you this. So this guy that I was talking to, I can't remember his name now, I feel bad, but he was the head of America's Funniest Home Videos. And one of his major things is that, and that's a whole separate platform and channel. And he's like, streaming services are the most what's the word? He's like, it's the worst business model. He's like, you will not make money in streaming services. And why everyone is doubling down on streaming services, he's like, I don't get. He's like, the cost overhead is unbelievable. And so I literally talked to him for like 10 minutes. So I wasn't able to get into it because it was like, that awkward kind of conversation. I'm trying to like find common ground with this guy, and he's the new owner. He's the new on the board of Arthur Murray's. I was like, I want to like get to know him a little bit and let him know. But as soon as he said Nelson Peltz, I was just like, I got to talk about this stuff, man. I got to get some insight. So it was really interesting. It was like when he was talking about Disney and Disney Plus, and I was like, so the whole idea of no commercials, he's like, it's not feasible. He's like, you have to have advertising dollars to support these channels and to get this content. And especially with these overblown budget that these shows are trying to do, specifically with Disney, because Netflix is buying content from other people. So they're not fronting all the money. Where Disney, on the other hand, they're it's on them. So it was like, oof. It was fascinating to hear.
Netflix cracked the code. They did. Yeah, they're killers. But I can see Disney, because they do have, like, you got Hulu, you got everything that's on Hulu, everything that's on Fox, everything. So I can see them possibly being a strong number 2 if they're able to slowly acquire some of these other streaming services and then transition all their content over to their platform. Then you're going to one platform to get everything, right? Because it already happened with, MGM Plus is gone.
That's gone.
So you have Paramount Plus, which will probably be going here pretty soon. You got Peacock. You got Disney Plus, and then you got Apple Plus. Right. But that's it. And HBO Max, of course. And HBO Max is a little bit of a different animal because it has the support of HBO. So that you still have a very strong network service with HBO.
So. And they just raised their premiums, I think.
They did. Yeah. It's expensive. And Disney Plus did too. Now everybody did. Everybody did. Yeah.
I just got my annual renewal for Max, and I was like, damn. I was like, it's over $200 now. I was like,
really?
And they don't really watch too much of it. So, but I thought that was interesting. Like, as a capital investment group, they're just like, obviously capital investment, they're looking to buy something and turn it around. So I'm hoping that with at least Arthur Murray's, they're pro growth. And we were talking about just a little while ago about companies that don't want to grow, like, Montana. Like, why would John Dutton not want Montana to grow? That was kind of like what our corporation was like. It was single owner. He just liked the way it was. And now this new group is in, and they're like, they want to grow. They want to so that's kind of exciting news for.
So what does that look like on your end as far as, being
that's a great question.
A franchisee and, your personal corner of Arthur Murray? How does that grow for you?
Yeah, well, I'll just say the future is bright. In the dance world, one of the other board members of Arthur Murray's she was on School of Rock. And that whole business model of School of Rock is very similar to Arthur Murray Dance Studios, because what School of Rock does is they teach lessons and they put on performances. Now, the only other difference is it's music, and kids grow up playing music in school, and that's just a natural progression. Where dancing, on the other hand, as beneficial it is for young people to do it, especially ballroom dancing, because it's so social and it's so good for people's self-confidence, self-esteem, socializing skills, communication, the lost art of being a gentleman and a lady and asking a lady to dance. And, and I know that people get all flustered about it, but there's no person one-on-one. A guy has no problem opening the door for a lady. A lady would, when I've done it, people always say thank you, and nobody scowls at it, no matter what the media tries to say. So anyway, the nice social graces, that's what ballroom dancing teaches. So my point in saying all this, they want to modernize and utilize the power of social media and YouTube, and that's why the guy from America's Funniest Home Videos is on the board, because he's saying that if you want to get your message out, this is what we're going to utilize. We're going to use YouTube. We're going to use Instagram. We're going to use Facebook. We're going to use the digital content and the digital content creators that are found in every industry, whether it's fitness to cooking to self-help. Ballroom dancing is a very popular thing as well. Salsa bachata dancers are posting stuff on Instagram all the time. And they're like, that is content, and that is the message that we're trying to get out there. So what am I trying to say? The future is bright as far as modernizing it and making it more to the masses and making it seem normal, like it should be part of life. So we're kind of excited.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Now, what it means as far as like franchise fees and all that, we don't know yet. So we hope they don't say, we're going to up your percentages that much more. But if they give back, if they invest into the franchisees, I hope. You
don't mind,
yeah, I don't mind. So, I mean, that's that part.
Very cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, I hope I can't wait to go along for the ride and see how you guys grow.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's awesome, because there's definitely a need for it. And we talked about it off air about how my organization can kind of benefit from like dance training as a supplemental therapy for our patients. So
because you're taking on a new project yourself.
I am. Yeah.
Tell us about it.
So I am starting a nonprofit. My back just pulled. Myself and my partner, Stephanie Askew, we are starting a nonprofit called Love Shell, and Love Shell is going to be a 501c3 that focuses on guiding mental health, addiction, and domestic violence survivors through their recovery and getting them ready to and put them back in their environment and just being better off with the therapy that we offer between our partnerships with psychologists, licensed social workers, and partner with other organizations. We're going to be able to set up programming that's going to offer therapy, supplemental therapy like dance, like art, like horseback riding, fitness, whatever it may be. Create a large scale program for our patients, give them the tools that they need to function in their life, and then put them back into their world with a way better foundation. Yeah. And the therapy won't end there. We will continue to work with, even when they've left our program, we'll continue to offer supplemental therapy as sort of a diversion when they do feel down, when they do feel upset, when they feel like they might lapse or go off track. We'll have those supplemental programs that are kind of help as a diversion to kind of keep them on track and keep them focused on their sobriety or their recovery or their family when they come out of domestic violence situations. So super excited about it, man. Yeah, it's cool because it satisfies a lot of needs that nonprofits out there already have, but they only focus on one facet. Mm-hmm. Like we have nonprofits, I'm not gonna, say the names of these nonprofits, but they'll focus on one aspect of recovery, and they'll intake them, they'll take them to whatever protocols they have, and then they, kind of kick them in the butt and say, good luck, right? Yeah. But through our research and through our community partners, we just found that there's more of a need than that. And so that's what we want to try to kind of satisfy. So we're super excited. Again, it's called Love Shell. I'll be hosting a free self-defense seminar on June 7th. It's a Saturday here in Hampton Roads at Vault Fitness. That's 1732 Donna Drive in Virginia Beach in the Alaskan Road area. Of course, you've been there.
Yep.
It's free. We appreciate any donations that you have, but it's totally free, and it's for girls 14 and up. And I'm going to be teaching very basic self-defense, awareness, and environmental control techniques to help you be safer out there. So hope you can make it. I'll put it up on the screen as well when we post the video, so you know where it is, and in the post. So hope you guys can make it.
Cool. Awesome. Well, that's it about for us here at the Alpha Geek Podcast. Once again, if you enjoy our content, help us out by clicking like and subscribe, and don't feel bashful to share our video content. It really helps out, and we really are passionate. We really enjoy doing this, so we hope you enjoy it as well.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And on behalf of my homeboy, Taras Denisenko, and myself, we say thank you. I'm Antoine Brett.
And I'm Taras Denisenko, just to say it again.
Peace. We need to refine that.
We do. Yeah.
It's all good.
I did want to say one thing. That's why I kind of cut you off. So there is one other thing that is coming up on. My wife and I have our own YouTube channel. We're not very active on it, but we're going to start hopefully being more active. It's called Life as a Dance. Next weekend, we're going to be in Portland, Oregon at the Arthur Murray Dance Competitions. And we're going to be streaming live and giving some color commentary to the professional competitions that are going to be hosted next Saturday night. Oh, shit. It is going to be West Coast time, so by the time it airs here, it's probably going to be like midnight, 1, 2 o'clock on the East Coast. But it is a new project that we're trying to tackle on to help bring what we do a little bit more to the forefront of just so people can see it.
Yeah, live stream. That's awesome.
It is, yeah. Man.
So I'll stay up for that one.
We've been spending hours over here in the studio trying to figure out how to actually live stream, and I just learned that some of my equipment I have is not good for it. So I finally figured that out. But anyway, check us out. We'll put a link in the description below for Life as a Dance. And yeah, now we can
say bye.